So the best way to cook a Vacio is over live fire. And my friend Nick is allowing me to use his TMG and his Santa Maria Grill, and it is an amazing piece of kit, and it's the best way to cook this sort of meats. Over fire, it's going to be beautiful. So this is known as a Vacio, and that's the Argentinian name, but in the UK it's known as a naval brisket. So I got this from John Davison, and I went on the website to show you guys, and I noticed that it's actually got a sale on at the moment, so this is a fantastic time to grab yourself one of these amazing briskets. It's got 3 interconnecting muscles, it's got the brevet, it's got the flank, and it's got a bit of the point in it as well. But you've got a layer of fat over the top, and you've got a layer of fat underneath, and all that fat enables it to handle that high temperature, or that heat that comes from this live fire. So because we're going to be cooking over hot coals today, I need to get that fire going. So I did a charcoal chimney, put that down the bottom, and then I stacked wood across it, allowed plenty of airflow, and that's going to help me produce coals really quickly that we're going to then use to cook this beef. So first thing I'm going to do is season this up. So there's 2 sides to this particular brisket. So you've got this bottom side, which has got a lot more fat, can take the heat a lot more. And then you've got this side, which has got a lot of finish. So we're going to cook it so that 80% of the time this is the part that's going to be facing the heat, and then the last 20% we're going to flip it around. But I'm not going to trim this at all. It's absolutely beautiful as it is, doesn't really need any particular trim at all. This fat that's on here will render down, will be absolutely stunning and adds so much flavour. So grab yourself 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, take the skin off, and we're going to chop this into smaller pieces. And then in the top part, the part that isn't going to get a lot of heat until the end, just going to make some nice incisions and then poke that garlic deep in that. And that's going to release all that oil. As it cooks down and heat penetrates the garlic, it's going to add a huge amount of flavour to this. Now I'm going to season this really simply. The actual flavour of the meat, the flavour you're going to get off the actual heat, the smoke, is going to add so much beautiful flavour to this.
Or if you're not into chicken. No, I'm into chicken. How about wild boar? Or swordfish? Or hippo?
Barbecue.
And the Argentinian way is very traditional and very much about letting the meat speak. So salt is the most important ingredient you're going to add. This is a big piece of meat, so you need to give a really decent application. I'm not using any oil or anything like that because I don't want to make a barrier, and it's just pepper over the top of that, you can see. So don't be too scared to season quite heavily. So that's all the seasoning we're going to do. We're going to let this rest for about 15 minutes, and then it's on to the Santa Maria. So now we've got a decent amount of coals going, it's time to move them over because we're going to be cooking on this side and maintaining the fire this side. So I'm just going to move a decent amount of coals under, and then we're going to put the Vacio on top, crank it down to it's about, you can hold your hand there for about 5 to 7 seconds, and then that's the perfect temperature. So let's move these coals over. Yeah, so it's about 5 seconds. So that's the perfect temperature. Now we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on, bend down the wood, putting the coals across, just keep maintaining that. Now we're going to cook it at this sort of temperature for the next hour and a half, and then it should be pretty much ready to turn over. So it's been about an hour and a half now. I'm going to temp it to see where it's hitting. So we're in about the 145, 150 range. So now's the perfect time to flip this so we can get beautiful crust on the other side as well. And it is smelling, looking amazing. So let's flip it over. Chimichurri is one of my most favourite things to go with beef. So let's start off with our fresh ingredients. You need some flat leaf parsley, and you want to chop that reasonably fine. Then it's some fresh oregano. It can be hard to get hold of, but please try. And then it's some basil. Now basil has a beautiful flavour, so not everyone adds it, but it makes a big difference. Then it's dried oregano, garlic, some anchovy chili flakes. I really like the flavour these add. And then some red wine vinegar. Then you want to add a teaspoon of smoked paprika, adds a beautiful flavour to it. And finally it's onto olive oil. Now please use extra virgin olive oil, and you need to keep adding it until it gets to the right consistency. It may seem like a lot, but trust me, you want that nice loose mix. So it looks like that. So we're at the 2.5 hour mark now, and just probed it, and it's at 175, so that's exactly where I want it. So I'm going to take it off now, let it rest for a good half an hour, and then we're going to slice up and serve it that beautiful chimichurri. So this came out absolutely fantastic, and another massive thank you to Nick at Vacio. It came out incredible, and I really appreciate him letting me use his TMG today. I'll leave Nick's details down below so you can get in contact with him, but they are an incredible bit of kit, and I had so much fun using it today, and he's been an absolute wonderful host, so thank you very much, Nick, for that. So next thing, to slice this open and then see how we did. But it smells, it looks amazing. That crust that we've got over is incredible, and this has been resting for about 30 minutes now, so all those juices are recirculated, and it should be absolutely stunning. So let's slice this up and have a look, see how we did. Now look at that. Look at how juicy that is. You can see it's cooked all the way through. You've got that beautiful fat in there as well. Wow, this is going to be incredible. So what I'm going to do, I put some tallow on that piece as well, and now okay, you can smell that garlic. It smells amazing. It's just going to add that extra bit of flavour. Slice this across. Oh, look at that. I mean, look at that. It don't get much better than that. That looks beautiful. I mean, look at how juicy that is. There you go. Time to slice this up. Just give it a try. Oh.
Really, the only word for it is...
I'm not joking. That is the juiciest thing I've ever eaten. I can't believe the flavour that in that. It's amazing. And it's tender. You can taste all the salt on there. The garlic's coming through as well. It is amazing. Now, we made this beautiful chimichurri earlier, and I think it's only right that we get a bit of our chimichurri and say cheers to Argentina for this amazing dish. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. So the last thing for me is to say thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go and check out the video. I'll link in the description where I show you how to make your own dry aged steaks at home. Now until the next video, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you real soon.